Between pandemic chaos and regular behind-the-scenes Hollywood nonsense, the Black Widow movie has been a long time coming. But Scarlett Johansson will be hitting our screens once again for the Marvel Super Spy's first solo venture. She's such a huge blockbuster action star, it's easy to forget that Miss Johansson has been an in-demand actress for decades. She's pretty much done every genre that exists, and inevitably, there are going to be a bunch of movies that people forget as the years go by. So, here are 15 ScarJo pictures to make you say, huh? She was in that?
Oh, right.
Home Alones 1 and 2 are rightly held up as family classics. But did you know there was a third one? And a fourth actually, but the less said about that one the better. In 1997's Home Alone 3, an 11-year-old Scarlett Johansson played Molly Pruitt, the older sister of Alex Pruitt, who must defend his home against burglars who want to steal a top-secret military microchip. Anyway, while this was not her first role, it was a notable early appearance in the 90s, before the decade that made her a star. Oh, I'm sorry, did you think The Avengers was the first time ScarJo appeared opposite Chris Evans? Well, you thought wrong. See, their first appearance together was actually way back in 2004, in the teen heist comedy The Perfect Score. If only they knew what the future had in store.
I think we both need to get a life.
When people talk about Michael Bay, his 2005 movie The Island is often overlooked, which is a shame because, hey, it's actually pretty good. It's also notable for being the first time that Scarlett Johansson starred in a big-budget sci-fi action adventure. Playing a clone opposite Ewan McGregor, who was also a clone but clearly not of her, it was a major change of pace for Johansson, who up until this point had mainly done intimate dramas and comedies. Well, we say mainly because while The Island may have been ScarJo's first action adventure, it wasn't her first special effects-driven picture. That honor goes to the nightmare fuel that is Eight-Legged Freaks in 2002. Very much an, oh yeah, that movie exists type deal, this tongue-in-cheek B-movie throwback sees giant homicidal spiders descend upon a sleepy Arizona town. Johansson wasn't a big star at the time, and it's not a very showy role, but looking at the cast, she's probably had the strongest career. Girl with a Pearl Earring is notable on this list for being one of two largely forgotten period dramas with girl in the title. In the movie, Scarlett Johansson plays a shy Dutch maid who goes to work for legendary painter Johannes Vermeer. After enchanting various members of his household with her quiet ways, though not every member, she eventually features in the iconic painting of the title. While this movie is visually distinctive and was nominated for a whole bunch of awards, it's not generally considered a highlight of ScarJo's filmography. Alright, pop quiz. How many times has Scarlett Johansson been directed by Woody Allen? If you said twice, in Matchpoint and Vicky Cristina Barcelona, you're probably among the majority of the film-going public. Good for you. But what if we told you there was a third collaboration? A movie called Scoop. A movie in which ScarJo stars as a journalism student, opposite Hugh Jackman as a possible murderer. Please don't think you have to rush out and watch it. It's not fondly remembered. It's barely remembered at all.
I was in the lounge. I heard you drowning. I finished my tea and scones and came immediately.
There are certain genres that fit certain actors perfectly and certain genres that just don't click. For Scarlett Johansson, you could argue that romantic comedies are, if not her kryptonite, then maybe a different Kryptonian rock, one that makes critics and viewers not super interested in your movie. Anyway, The Nanny Diaries, a 2007 satirical comedy romance, is most notable for being the second time that ScarJo would appear in a movie with Chris Evans before the MCU. Johansson plays a college graduate who, through a hilarious series of misunderstandings, becomes nanny to a rich, spoiled brat. On top of that, she must deal with her crush on the devastatingly handsome Chris Evans. I mean, who can blame her? He's got America's ass.
That is America's ass.
So, everybody remembers that Scarlett Johansson played a character called, let me check my notes here, Silk and Floss in Frank Miller's 2008 movie The Spirit, right? No? Everybody remembers Frank Miller's 2008 movie The Spirit, right? No? Yeah, fair enough. Moving along. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached our second largely forgotten period drama with girl in the title. The Other Boleyn Girl, which came out in 2008, stars Natalie Portman as Anne Boleyn, one of the wives of English monarch King Henry VIII. Boleyn was famously beheaded by her husband, who had a habit of divorcing or beheading his wives when he got bored. Scarlett Johansson plays Mary, and the movie is basically fine? everybody in it is fine. I mean, it's fine, unless you particularly care about historical accuracy. In which case, get back to the library, Poindexter.
Why are you married again? Seriously, why?
Okie dokie, another romantic comedy. He's Just Not That Into You has a lot of things going for it. It has an absurdly stacked cast, including Miss Johansson, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Aniston, Bradley Cooper, Drew Barrymore, and Jennifer Connelly. It topped the box office on its opening weekend and went on to make a healthy worldwide gross and perform pretty well on DVD. But is it fondly remembered? Our anecdotal surveys suggest no. Time for another pop quiz, hotshot. Scarlett Johansson's first voice acting role was what? If you said Mindy in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie in 2004, you're correct. And when did she reprise that role? If you said the same year in the video game, you're correct. Again, impressive.
Most impressive.
This next entry is an interesting case. A period biopic of one of the most famous movie directors of all time, Alfred Hitchcock, with the legendary Anthony Hopkins playing Hitchcock. Scarlett Johansson, widely considered one of Hollywood's modern bombshell actresses, playing Janet Leigh, one of the iconic bombshells of old Hollywood. A recipe for a huge hit, surely! But oddly enough, this one has kind of faded over time. You could even say it's in everybody's rear window. Much like Hitchcock, movie execs in 2006 probably thought that the Black Dahlia had the makings of a huge hit. A great cast, including Miss Johansson, Hilary Swank, Aaron Eckhart, and Josh Hartnett at the peak of his heartthrob period. This could have been an LA Confidential for the 2000s, but we were honestly surprised to remember it existed when we were researching this video. For a low-key, charming, but mostly forgettable movie about how much Jon Favreau loves cooking, the 2014 movie Chef has a hugely impressive cast. Scarlett Johansson, Dustin Hoffman, Amy Sedaris, Bobby Cannavale, John Leguizamo, Robert Downey Jr. It's hard to hold anything against this movie, as it's clearly a bunch of friends just having a good time. But we would be surprised if it was at the top of anybody's favorite ScarJo performances list. Our final entry on this list is a forgotten gem of a movie from 2010. We of course refer to Jon Favreau's cult classic, Iron Man 2. Not just messing with you. Our last entry is actually Ghost World, a 2001 comedy drama based on the graphic novel by Daniel Clowes. Now, of all the movies on this list, this one is remembered more fondly than others. It's just very much a cult movie, and as this year is the 20th anniversary of it, we think it deserves some wider recognition. Thora Birch rightly gets held up as the MVP of this movie as disaffected outcast Enid, but Scarlett Johansson is also really great as her friend Rebecca. It's well worth your time, and in the arguments of many, more so than Iron Man 2. Alright, sure, there's plenty of forgotten movies on this list, but did you know that Scarlett Johansson also appeared in the music video for Justin Timberlake's single What Goes Around Comes Around? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. Catch y'all next time.